What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy, Big Metroid Fan 12, coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Metroid Dread, which was released on the Nintendo Switch by Nintendo and MercurySteam. And this is pretty much the last game in the Metroid timeline and a sequel to Metroid Fusion, And the pretty much the plot of the game is that the Galactic Federation received video evidence that the X-Parasite somehow survived the events of Metroid Fusion on a remote planet called ZDR. And so they pretty much sent some robots called the EMMI to investigate why these X-Parasites still exist and stuff. And at some point, the Galactic Federation lost contact with these robots, so they sent Samus to go to planet ZDR due to the fact that she is immune from the X parasites because of what happened to her in Metroid Fusion and stuff. Now, when you start the game, pretty much Samus recounts the events of Metroid Fusion, pretty similar to how she recounts the events of Metroid and Metroid 2 in Super Metroid and everything. And when you actually begin the game, and you pretty much start off with 15 missiles and everything, and you pretty much get more weapons and items along the way, pretty much keeping with the tradition of Metroid and everything, collecting items and progressing in a non-linear fashion and stuff. Now, there are some weapons and items that make a return, like the charge beam of various shooting missiles and stuff like that. And there are some weapons that are pretty much introduced in Metroid Dread, like the storm missiles, the spin boost, and the flash drift and stuff like that. So you find out what they can do as you use them, of course, and you as you travel through planet ZDR, you travel through sections like Dradia, Deadron, and Elude. I'm probably butchering the names of these three sections, but you get the point. These sections are new because of this is your first time traveling through planet CDR and stuff. And as far as enemies are concerned, pretty much Crad is the only one that I'm aware of where as far as returning enemies are concerned, because every enemy in this game is essentially new, you know what I'm saying? And pretty much when you pause the game, you can pretty much view the map, Samus's inventory, and mission log, which is essentially similar to what you see in a lot of the Metroid games, especially the 2D Metroid games and stuff like that. With the mission logs, you pretty much see the stuff that you previously did, like receive breeze from Adam, any encounter with the EMMI robots, which ones you destroyed and stuff like that. And pretty much with the tutorials, they'll tell you like what you can do, like gameplay wise, stuff like that. Now with the map, it'll show you where your current position is within planet ZDR and stuff, and you can pretty much view the global map of of course, the entire planet, and they'll also show how many EMMI robots are in a particular section, how many of them that you've taken out, of course, with how many that's left and stuff like that. And there's pretty much a certain number of EMMI robots that's in a particular section that you have to take out, and there's a particular weapon that you need to take them out and stuff like that. And then on Samus's inventory, the setup is pretty similar to how Samus's inventory is in previous 2D Metroid games, i.e. Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, and Metroid Zero Mission, stuff like that. In terms of like categories, like with the suits and the weapons and the different stuff and miscellaneous and stuff like that. As far as options, you can press the minus button to look at the brightness, the rumble, the amiibos and system. Now the rumble and the brightness adjustment are pretty much self-explanatory. I don't have to go into much detail on what to do in that in those two. Now with the amiibos, you can buy an amiibo pack with Samus and one of the EMMI robots, which I do currently have. You know what I'm saying? And with the Samus amiibo, you can essentially refill Samus's energy tank once a day and get a bonus energy pack on top of it. And with the EMMI robot, you pretty much refill Samus's missiles and get an extra missile pack and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you have to register both amiibos to your Nintendo Switch before you start playing Metroid Dread and stuff like that. You know, and and both amiibos are really useful if you happen to be low on health or missiles and stuff like that in any particular section, whether it's a boss fight or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, the graphics and design for Metroid Dread are simply spectacular. It just outright looks good in everything, and the color palettes are just excellent as well. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo and MercurySteam just did an outstanding job in my opinion. Um, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? And the controls and gameplay are pretty good too. You know what I'm saying? They brought back one particular move that Samus can do in from Metroid Samus Returns, which is a remake of Metroid 2, the Return Samus. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the controls and gameplay are really excellent. Also, you know what I'm saying, I have no real like gripes with that. You know what I'm saying? And the music and the sound effects are really excellent. Also, just as good in everything else that I mentioned. You know what I'm saying? And to me, the music really sets the tone of how dark and moody Metroid Dread is. Now, my only gripe is that when you have to run from the EMMI robots, you know what I'm saying, you usually run from one, but in any event, it could get frustrating at times when you're running from them, and you get flustered sometimes, but it doesn't like ruin the playing experience, you know what I'm saying, while you're playing. You know what I'm saying, you have to come up with a specific strategy to take them out based on where you are, you know what I'm saying? But it can get frustrating at times, but it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say that Metroid Dread is one of the best games within the Metroid series and everything. And I think Nintendo and Mercury seem pretty much outdid themselves here. And I'm thinking that Nintendo will at some point have MercurySteam make other Nintendo IPs, whether it's like say Donkey Kong or Kirby or something like that. Now, I would definitely recommend Metroid Dread to any Switch owner. You know what I'm saying, especially Metroid fans and stuff like that. If they don't have own it already, you know what I'm saying. Whether it's really an issue of whether you want the physical copy or digital copy, you know what I'm saying, of Metroid Dread and stuff like that. Now, as far as the score, I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Metroid Dread. You know what I'm saying? What parts you like, what kind of like any minor gripes that you do have, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 signing off.